Have you ever wondered what alcohol does to your body after a night out? Let's find out. It's worth noting that when we say alcohol in everyday language, we actually mean ethanol, a specific type of alcohol with 2 carbons. There are other types of alcohols, but they're toxic, so I highly recommend not drinking them. Ethanol is broken down in the liver with the help of an enzyme called alcohol dehydrogenase into acetaldehyde. This is an oxidation reduction reaction, which, if you remember from chemistry, is when electrons are exchanged. The ethanol loses electrons or is oxidized as it turns into acetaldehyde, while NAD+ gains electrons or is reduced as it turns into NADH. If NAD+ or NADH sound familiar, they also play an important role in ATP synthesis. Acetaldehyde is really toxic and a known carcinogen, so acetaldehyde is further oxidized into acetate with the help of another enzyme called aldehyde dehydrogenase, once again reducing NAD+ into NADH in the process. Acetate is then finally oxidized into carbon dioxide and water. Fun fact, in Breathalyzers, a breathalyzer works by containing a potassium dichromate solution that acts as an oxidizing agent for ethanol. When someone under the influence breathes out into a breathalyzer, the ethanol reacts with the potassium dichromate solution to turn into acetate, much like how it does in the body. The only difference is that instead of NAD+ acting as the oxidizing agent and being reduced to NADH, it's the chromium in potassium dichromate that's being reduced instead. When the chromium is reduced, it changes color from orange to green. The intensity of the color change corresponds to how much ethanol there is in a person's breath, which in turn corresponds to a person's blood alcohol concentration. So that's how breathalyzers work. Alcohol is unsurprisingly not good for you. It can pretty much damage essentially all major organs in the body: heart, liver, lungs, brain, pancreas, and so on, and increases the risk of developing a fair amount of cancers as well. But we tend to drink alcohol because of its more, quote, feel-good, unquote, effects. Interestingly, we've been drinking alcohol for these effects since as far back as 7000 BCE. It's the second most consumed psychoactive drug in the world, only behind, drumroll please, caffeine. Alcohol acts on a bunch of receptors in our bodies and does all sorts of things, and this is still very much an active area of research, but it's been shown to activate GABA-A receptors, causing the central nervous system depression, with effects like sleepiness, confusion, disorientation, dizziness, slowed reaction times, slowed heart rate and breathing, lowered blood pressure, and most tantalizingly, relaxation and euphoria. Hangovers, though, are less tantalizing. We're not really sure what causes hangovers yet, but there's evidence to suggest that they're caused by the complex interaction of multiple things. Dehydration, caused by alcohol's diuretic effects. A diuretic, by the way, is something that causes the body to produce more urine. The toxic effects of acetaldehyde, which, as we mentioned before, is a breakdown product of ethanol. Sleep and biological rhythm disturbances associated with alcohol consumption, because if you're up drinking all night, you're probably not sleeping as much as you should be, and electrolyte, gastrointestinal, and blood sugar disturbances. And that's what alcohol does to the body. Drink responsibly.